so today I'm going to be putting the plasterboard on. As we can see, I've already boarded out the inner of the windows, or window frame. Putting the main boards on, I'm going to be using this no-nonsense expanding sticky foam, available from Screwfix. Also my gun. So simply put that on there. I have cut the boards, so they're all ready to go. So let's get these put on the wall. Right, hello everyone. So, steps further. We say I've done the false ceiling. Now I am going to put some spotlights in these, just one, two, so two this side. Once I've finished or extended the board to cover this, it'll be two this side as well. So that'll be symmetrical, which will blend into the steel beam, which is exactly the same dimensions, as I say, as the island, so it won't look out of proportion. So now I've got to continue with the extractor vent, or the extractor vent tubes, if you like, or ducting. So I'm getting square ducting, or box section, rather than round, which will come out the wall here, up, and then across, and then out the wall in that triangle bit there. Once I've got that in and drilled the holes for these cables, the Ethernet cables and me coax cables, which will be going out that side and then straight up into the attic space, I'll be able to get this boarded up. So that's my next task, to get this ducting in. I'll show you what I mean with the ducting. So here it is. We've got I've got round to square, square to round, reducers, all sorts. So that's pretty much the ducting that I'll be using. I was going to use round, but I'm just going to use the square stuff all the way, so I'll take the round stuff back. I've got to anyway, for the way that it is going to fit, which I'll show you later. But first of all, I just need to plan which brick I'm knocking out, because this ducting goes through the house brick size, which isn't too bad. So I'll mark out which brick I want to break through, get that brick took out, break through the breeze block at the back, through the cavity wall, and then I'm into the space, into the ceiling then, where I can cut out a bit of the ceiling in preparation for it accepting a bit of flexible ducting, which will go from 150mm outlet into 125mm round socket into the square ducting box section, up there and across there, out into another 125mm exit on the outside of the building. That's roughly what it is anyway. You'll see it come to life as I go on, no doubt. Dilly dilly. Right, so I've got the brick out and I've drilled now the pilot holes all the way around. Just get the chisel now and hopefully that'll get relatively a clean break. And that's it. I'll be into the void above the ceiling. Right, break this out, dilly dilly. Whew. Right, so now cut me hole where I need to in the ceiling. And as we can see by the mess on the floor, I've managed to break through. So there we go. So there is my channel ready for so I'm going to check while I'm in there some pipe work. Ready to accept some ducting certainly on this side, so we'll see how we go with that. Dilly dilly. Okay, so update on where I'm at. 150mm extractor outlet, from there, which needs ducting to take it out to atmosphere or outside the house. So I'm getting 150mm of the flexi tube. Ideally could have done with the aluminium stuff, but this will do. It's only for a short run. We're not using that for the whole lot. So I've had to get, the only box section they do is to 125mm. So I had to get a 125mm to 50mm adapter. So if you think the bit of that flexi will join from the extractor itself onto the end of that. So that flexi is basically going to be here going up into that void space there. The outlet, the round part will be that will be shown. So then it goes through the cavity and then angled up, which is basically coming out of that hole there, straight up. And then I just need to buy another 90-degree angle to connect it to that. And then it continues along. I just need to buy another metre of box section, a join, and then I need to go outside and find a brick that I need to take out, because you can get a brick vent for these. So I just take the brick out, put the brick vent on the end, and that is it. My vent will be in. I have put tape around this just for now, just to make sure that everything's fitting correctly. But then all the tape will get removed, and I've got the proper joint and silicone that you put in, which is correct for this application. So it will all be properly bonded in, so we don't get the escape of any moisture around the house and in the voids, etc. Cool, right, I'll put this in place and give you another, or just basically take a photograph, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all in situ. Okay, so building inspector's here tomorrow to sign off this these metal girders. So once they've been signed off, hopefully they do, as we can see, this protrusion on this side, there's 60mm. However, I've got another 80mm from the girder out to make that match that distance there, because as we know, this, what I've built here, replicates the footprint of the island. So as I say, this will extend, so you can imagine this plasterboard extending right through and out to 80mm, which will more than cover the vent that I've put in. And I'll also put some 2 downlights in here, as well as 2 downlights in there, and that'll pretty much make this look like it's all one. So again, the plasterboard will go up there as well, as part of a, if you think of like a chimney breast where it protrudes out. So that's what it'll look like out and up. But as I say, it's only about 80mm that it's sticking out compared to the rest of the wall. If you're not sure on what I mean, it'll become more clear when I do the boarding out. Right, that's it for tonight. Dilly dilly. Right, so another job for tomorrow is to put down the self level. I've got 12 bags. Let's see how far it goes. Bought a spiked roller, which basically, it's not really for spreading the self level around. That pretty much finds its own level, hence its name. This is spiked, and you roll over it, and it takes the air out of it. Yeah, so basically you just pour it down and just roll this over, takes the air out, and that's that. The other thing I'm getting is some spiked shoes, what you strap on, strap onto the, your footwear. However, what I didn't realise was you've got to put the spikes in. So I'm just on now at the moment. Drop a spike in and then bolt it on the other side, or put a nut on the other side, sorry. Yeah, so I've got to do that for both pair. Yeah, I'll crack on with that, dilly. Okay, waiting on a reply back from the building inspector, who couldn't make it out today. However, he's just asked us to send photographs, so I'm just waiting for the reply. So I have been cracking on with the ducting. I've took a brick out on the other side, which I'll show you. So that works out spot on. So it's going to come across there and attach up to that one. I do need to get a couple more with an extra length of ducting and a 90-degree bend, but we can see there it protrudes out the wall, and that's ready to put a brick vent on, which attaches over the top. Seal that in, and that'll be happy days. Yeah, and what I'm going to do when I get another length of that, I'm going to make that higher. I've cut it flush so it's sat across the boards there, but what I'm going to do is make it as high as I can so it comes down on a slope, and therefore when all the steam and everything goes up, when it hits the top it turns into condensation. It's going to run down and it's not going to sit flat and potentially run back down here. That's the idea anyway. I can't do it any harm. It can only do good. So why not? I've got the space to do it. So we'll give it a bit of a run off if you like. Right. Wait for this reply from the building inspector. If everything's good to go from that, that will mean I can carry on with all the plasterboarding then and make this disappear. Dilly dilly.